What is going on, guys? I just came back from New York Comic Con. I had such an amazing trip, and I actually have a little video here of me approaching the Capcom booth. Look at my skinny nerdy ass, man. I fit right in with all the nerds there at New York Comic Con, but I had a tremendous time, and the first thing that I wanted to do is actually record the Black Panther and Sigma gameplay, and I got some Monster Hunter too, just because Monster Hunter was showing a little bit off at TGS, so I know some people already kind of know her normals, but I will make a video on her as well. But first off, let's talk about Black Panther here. The very first time he was shown off, and I just want to go through the normals for you guys, because there's some video footage out there of other people who have visited, but I really lined up and I kind of just went through all the normals and went through the basics, just so you guys can get an idea of the character before he comes out. So let's start off with the wave dash speed here. Right away, the first thing I noticed is this character can cover ground so damn fast. Like, look at this. This is absolutely crazy. This is amongst the fastest wave dashes I think I've seen in this game so far. It's up there. It's up there. I don't know if it's the fastest, but it's top tier for sure. Let's go through the normals real quick. We're gonna start off with the light punch here. I played a few times for you guys, so it's a little bit on repeat, and this is at 35% speed. So a little bit of stubby T-Rex limbs, but other things make up for it, especially the speed. This is his heavy punch. You can see it's kind of a gut punch, and then this is the forward heavy punch. So this is heavy punch. Obviously, you're not really going to do this raw too much. But then you got the forward heavy punch, which is a command normal. And obviously, I know what you guys are all thinking. This looks like an overhead, and I did test it. I promise you guys, I ain't stupid. So here, actually, I was controlling both sticks at the same time. So here you go. I was crouch blocking, and it definitely is an overhead. So you guys can already see Black Panther, not only with the speed and some of the few normals you guys have seen already. I'll go through the kicks in a second. But he could probably dominate the ground pretty well, because you can already kind of start to get creative and think about, oh, I could probably throw out my overhead and then call in a partner and go for a low for hard to block. Well, not many characters have standing overheads in Marvel games. You know, right now in Marvel Infinite, I can only think of Gamora, and I know there's a few more. I can't think of them right now. But let's keep moving on with these normals here. Here we got the light kick, and this is the heavy kick. And then this last flip one is the forward heavy kick. So a lot like Nova's, I like to call these the short launches. So once again, 35% speed. We got the standing light kick, standing heavy kick, so not very far. Oh yeah, this is the standing heavy kick, there you go. Not very far at all. And then this is the forward heavy kick, which, like I said, causes the kind of soft or short launch, which I'm sure within time will become the kind of, people will figure out the bread and butter combos with the forward heavy kick, because you'll probably be able to save your ground bounce and then kind of cause another launch state. So I'm sure, you know, that's pretty cool. I don't know, I didn't really get to use that in play too much, but I'm sure within the first day of release, we definitely will. Alright, let's keep moving on here. These are the crouching normals. Got the crouching heavy kick. The first one you saw, this crouching light punch, and then crouching heavy punch, which is a launcher. Pretty good hitbox on that. The only command normal I didn't get for you guys was the, I think there was a slide. It was down forward heavy kick, and I didn't realize that it existed until I looked at the move list afterwards, and I didn't record at that point. So he does, I think, have an advancing slide normal. I didn't really get to see how far it was, but it does exist. It's probably exists in the trailer somewhere, but I apologize for that. That's, I think, the only thing that I did not get in this breakdown. Okay, so let's continue on here. I believe I have the jumping normals. And right here is the, come on, Behrudy. There's no double jump, by the way. Jumping light punch, jumping heavy punch here, jumping light kick, and then jumping heavy kick. And that's it. You know, kind of stubby jumping normals. Nothing too great. The heavy buttons are much better, obviously, than the lights. The lights kind of looked really kind of crap on range. And I think that might be this character. I'm not sure yet. We're going to go through the special moves, which I think will give you guys a bit more faith. But the air control does not seem super dominant right now. It kind of seems like Black Panther maybe has a small chance, I'm not sure yet, has a small chance of maybe having the same issue as Iron Fist, where he's going to be extremely strong on the ground, but when it comes to the air game, might be a few weaknesses for sure. But there are a few special moves that we're going to go through here that will give you guys faith. So let's start off with those. So right away, actually, let's start off with the Rekkas. This is the Hadouken motion, either with light punch or the heavy punch. And the heavy punch version actually goes in the air, and you can mix and match them. So here I go for light punch, light punch, light punch. That was a triple light punch, and that was light punch, heavy punch. So there's a lot of combinations you can go for. Yeah, that was light punch, heavy punch, I think. And yeah, I didn't really get to test whether or not these were overheads or not. Regardless, I don't think it matters too much because you can't really mix up with a low in the Rekka, so it's quite kind of straightforward. There's no real mix up in it, but it is interesting they can go kind of for an air finish. I'm sure we'll figure something out with that, but you can mix and match it. Really interesting because there's not very many Rekka characters in the Marvel series. I can't really think of too many. Was Iron Fist one? I totally forget, but regardless, there was not very many throughout the Marvel lifespan, and I think it's kind of interesting that, you know, Black Panther joins that family. Let's keep going. What do we have here? This right here is Hadoken with kicks. And actually, there's two distances for this. This is the light kick version, and then the heavy kick version goes further, much further, actually. And you can do this in the air, so you do have kind of an advancing special move in the air, which is really important in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, because you always want to have something that kind of will prolong your landing. You know, you always want to kind of stay in the air, whether it's to avoid a super or to avoid a projectile, or sometimes even to just move forward and then tag your teammate. You know, we see Dante players always go for, you know, the killer bee straight down and then just tag their opponent. That can be extremely tricky. So anything like that is already really good. So the fact that he has some air options make me happy, because I'm a pretty big Black Panther fan. All right, let's keep moving here. Okay, this is the thing that was the craziest to me, the wall cling. And this was absolutely nuts. I think our reaction to this was a little crazy. Wow! Oh, wow! Cool. What the hell is that? Are you kidding? You could probably hear us there. Really, really interesting. You can actually jump off the wall, and you can go from one wall to the other, or you can just kind of jump down and throw any normal out. So absolutely interesting. See, you guys can see that little ground bounce and then into the wall. Was kind of weird for me to control. I didn't really understand it. As you can see, I did a special move out of it too. So already, you know, I'm really, really curious to see, like, how can you mix up your opponent with this, you know, because I can already see maybe Dante doing a super or something like that, and then, you know, Black Panther going for a wall cling and crossing up or something like that. I don't know. There's just going to be a lot of shenanigans with that. The fact that he has this air mobility is really, really cool to me. It does seem really punishable. Definitely you could get sliced and caught while you're flying around, but the fact that you can fake your opponent and kind of land on the ground is really, really fascinating to me. And I think I have another clip of me messing around with the wall thing here. As you can see, I'm canceling it right away, going to the other side. And right here, I think I'm going to get ready to do the second special move. And this is the Shoryuken. It's not a Shoryuken input. It's a Tatsu motion with a punch button. And you can see the heavy punch version goes so freaking high, where the light punch version kind of is a little bit closer to the ground. And that was me just doing a little magic series. So I'll play that again for you guys. You guys could see the range and the kind of, I want to call it like the air deflection, because if anyone is coming at you with either a tri-jump or anything, this is one of the best anti-airs I've seen in the game so far. So you can either use the light punch version and stay close to the ground, or you can use the heavy punch version and just pretty much reach super jump heights, which really was like, holy shit, that's going to be really good against people who like to stall in the air, just to kind of tell them to shut up and come back to the ground. I absolutely love that. And I think that's about it. I didn't go through all of the supers. I think right in this last clip here, I do the one of the level 1 supers. You guys can see all the supers in the trailer. And yeah, and I think right here you get my reaction where I say fucking awesome, really cool. And that is pretty much it. Huge thank you to Oscar, who is a viewer of the channel, and he actually saw me in the lineup and he helped me out to record some of the gameplay. But that is Black Panther in a nutshell. Overall thoughts, I do really want to see more of how he's going to control the air game. I'm a little worried about that. He doesn't seem like he has a super quick and easy option like Wolverine with like a dive kick or something to bring people down. So that's my first thought. But in terms of the ground game and how quick he is going to be one of the scariest characters on the ground, in my opinion. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I mean, leave it to Capcom to leave the best characters as DLC. Like, Monster Hunter was so damn interesting, Sigma was really cool, and like Black Panther looks absolutely amazing. I believe he comes out on October 17th, so I'll have a lot more coverage on him then. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.